Welcome out to another Story Roundtable. I am Jerome Wetzel, and I am here with the cast of Mystery Dream Team. Why don't we just start to my left and go around?
Hi, I am Sam, and I play on Greenie.
Hi, I'm Darren. I'm Darren.
You know me by now.
And I'm Ted.
And wrote the third season.
And I wrote the third season.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Hi, I am also Sam, and I play Jackie Watts.
And I'm Megan, and I play Margot.
And you're the Foley artist.
And I'm the Foley artist.
I am Nick. I'm just Nick, and I also do Gordon. Yeah.
Wonderful. So Mystery Dream Team. We're going to talk about the series as a whole. It ran for 21 episodes after today, which seems like it ran longer, I feel like. But three seasons. Sam, you were the only one that was there from the beginning that is still... that was in through the entire thing.
No, I know you're right. You're right. In the entire
all three seasons. Sorry. So, what sticks out to you about the series as a whole? Now that it's concluded.
Because Darren is a super talented writer, and if he doesn't stop looking at me all creepily, then I'll say the truth. His season no, I'm just kidding. No, I love his season, but I think that I love the monsters, and it was sort of like it was less serialized than the other ones, so it was really fun to see what's going to happen the next week, and so I think the more this is an easier one to sort of start with and jump into if you're new, and I don't know, I love Jackie. She's one of my favorite characters. Aww. So I'm going to be really sad to say goodbye to her. And yeah.
Can I also give you a compliment? I remember you also worked really hard on auditioning for the voice.
I did.
Before, I remember you talking about I'm listening to multiple accents and I'm trying to do this for the audition for Jackie. And I was like,
yep.
you nailed it.
Thank you. I was looking up because a previous cast member or part-time cast member was helping me compile accents because we were narrowing down the specific one, and we were looking at the history of how that accent sort of came to be, and I have my anchor phrases that I say to myself to get into it. So one is a monster and from the very first episode, tarp on a coat rack. Tarp on a coat rack, and then I'm into Jackie.
Nice.
So
and just for those who at home don't know, what is an anchor word?
An anchor word or an anchor phrase is how you find your accent or for a specific character, and it's just sort of how you ease into it, and then it's how you spark the rest of your words to follow that.
So if you're ever doing an accent or something and you feel like you're losing the voice or accent, you go back to the anchor word, even that, you might feel awkward in context, but so you're just talking, starting to lose it, go back to the anchor word and then go back to your line and you have the voice again. So yeah.
If you're here if you come to the show live and it's a Mystery Dream Team day, you'll see me off to the side before our sketch going tarp on a quarter.
Nice. Nick, you were also there in the beginning. What was your inspiration for Gordon?
I mean, it's Rick. Or not Rick, it's Morty. It's Morty. But then someone said, you sound more like Shaggy. And I was like, okay, I'll take that too. Because the Scooby-Doo reference, obviously, from Mystery Dream Team is amazing too. So
what?
I know. Shocking.
Well, I don't see any parallels. We don't have a stoner or a dog.
We did have a stoner.
We did have a stoner.
And we have a frog. Well,
which rhymes with dog, which means Scooby-Doo. No. But no.
But we have no Scrappy-Doo, and we never will.
Oh, thank God for that. No, everyone should rightfully hate Scrappy-Doo.
I feel your stoner is also our Scrappy-Doo.
Oh, I liked Violet.
No, am I the only one here who doesn't hate Scrappy-Doo?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Well, everybody, breaking news.
Scrappy.
Samantha loves Scrappy-Doo. She was very upset with James Gunn and Scooby-Doo the movie 1. Scrappy became the bad guy. I digress. Anyway.
So it was the two of you, and we had Violet, as we mentioned, played by Seamus Tulty, and Andy was our fearless leader, played by Karen Perta. And then unfortunately, through a variety of circumstances, Karen was leaving the show, Seamus was leaving the show. At that point, Nick thought he was leaving the show.
I thought I was leaving the show,
So
too,
we
yeah.
had finished season 1, which I enjoyed very much.
Side note, Karen was the one who was helping me with the accent.
Oh, nice. Yeah, she was a troop member for a while. And I liked Andy Swallows very much. I liked Violet Swallows very much. I think we got a lot of... I would have liked to have seen those characters continue. But because they were leaving, we opened season 2 with an episode written by Samantha, where we had to send off all of our group. And by the time we performed it, I remember Nick had decided not to leave, but I was like, well, we already decided to clear the table.
Yeah.
But then when we decided to end the segment, it was like, let's bring Gordon back because he's still here, so we can use him again and see him.
Very, very thankful.
No, we're glad to have you back. But yeah, so that's why season 2 was such a departure, was just because of actor availability. You know, it wasn't because of any creative decision. You just kind of had to roll with it. Sam, how did it feel to be the last one holding the bag when everybody else left? Because I feel like Jackie wasn't front and center, right? She was almost like the third or fourth most important character, because we had such a anchor built on Andy and her relationship with her brother and Gordon's crush on Andy. And so Jackie was just kind of also there, but we hadn't yet, because it'd been 6 episodes, hadn't yet developed what her relationships look like.
Yep. Jackie she is a wealth of knowledge, and she's also kind of, at least especially at that point, was sort of the comic relief in a way, but like the grounded comic relief, if that makes sense. Because you have Violet, who's like the stoner and like all the jokes that come with that, but Jackie can come in with a zinger, or like just the deadpan kind of, well, this is the knowledge that I have that nobody else has, and it's kind of funny that way when they're like, we got to figure this out, and it's like, it's right there in front of your face. I don't know what you're talking about. So
I think it worked to retool it around here. I mean, if you think,
so.
like, if you tried to retool around Violet, that would have never worked. Andy was already the lead. I think there's an argument you could retool it around Gordon, but I also think it worked really well to retool it around Jackie with her knowledge.
So too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
she was just as surprised as the actors,
others,
you know, like she's like, "What, me? Why?"
Yeah, and we got to see a little bit of her personal life over the time. We saw her on a date one Christmas short. But she had to recruit some people, so we started with the bar at the end of the rainbow, and the idea there was we were going to bring in a whole bunch of new characters that then we would immediately get rid of. But then the leprechaun was the secret new character who would stick around even though he seemed like the antagonist of the episode. Sam, you want to talk about Greenie?
Yeah, no, Greenie was always really fun for me. I mean, honestly, I get picked on from other people because it's another Irish accent. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just the leprechaun. I used a very classic, cliche.
But he's so different than the leprechaun. It's
very
a totally
different
take.
Very different. But, it's interesting, especially, my first episode I ever did as a guest star was in Mystery Dream Team.
The Wolfman.
The Wolfman.
Oh.
And so it was very different going from a lot of seriousness, not seriousness, but like non-magical characters to then really introducing this very, very, very magical character. Mm-hmm. And, he's such a fun guy to play, especially because since he is going from magic to non-magic, he kind of has a lot of power, right? Mm-hmm. And it's weird being in such a position of power within this world, but also then leads itself to when there's moments where he is out of that power, he has to kind of make up for it and truly learn what it's like to be powerless. So he's been a great character.
I want to go back to the Wolfman for a minute.
Yeah.
Because Ashley was a little bit upset with me after you played the role. Because in the audition packet, to disguise what it was the Chicken Man.
I'm so mad at you. I was so excited to be the Chicken Man in the audition packet, not knowing that you hid and you changed the actual characters. So I sat there and practiced my Bogox and all this that I was doing. I practiced so hard, and then oh, so this is a Wolfman. I'm like, oh no, I have to howl now? I'm not ready for this. I didn't practice for this.
We eventually used your chicken voice.
We did.
In a commercial.
Good, because I was getting on you for that. I wanted to use that because I actually practiced
voice.
it. Thank you. I just I'm glad it got some use.
That's fine. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Oh, it's a great story. Now it's on the podcast, so everybody will know it.
Yep, absolutely.
And then in that same episode we met Greenie, we had Margot, who was going to leave like everybody else, but I really liked Megan's take on Margot. Why don't you talk about her?
Well, it was basically, what was the, there was a clip from the
National Lampoon's
National
Christmas
Lampoon's
Vacation.
Christmas Vacation with Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Uh-huh.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus. That whole scene, my sister quoted a lot, so I knew exactly what the scene was. But that was my anchor, was just why is the carpet all wet, Todd? And I'm probably paraphrasing that, but
I don't know, Margot.
I don't know, Margot. So Margot, I kind of also borrowed a little from Megan and the noobs and the news. Rest in peace. I will avenge thee. Because it's not really easy for me to be mean. And when you're acting, you want to have it be connected to a part of yourself, so that it rings true. So I had to dig deep and decide, find that place where I would be mean, especially to the weaker characters, which always made me feel really, really bad. So I knew I was doing okay if by the end of the segment I felt like I needed to apologize to everybody.
You're so good at it, though. And
You
it's so
are.
funny. It's so
If you wanted to be a genuine bitch, you could be.
Well, thank you.
That is not what I was trying to say.
And the truth is that after you play a role like that, you just carry it with you for the rest of your life. And you just realize, there is a bitch in me, and I am so excited to finally be able to express that.
And you had your whole Toad saga, which was so funny, and you kept bringing the Toad pictures.
I almost brought the Toad today, but I had so much other stuff to bring for Foley. But yeah, the Toad was hard because you want it to be a frog sound, but when I think it was JT that was doing sound, and he's like, well, this is what an actual toad sounds like. It was like, it was actually how I laugh, which was a little bit embarrassing, because when I'm editing the podcast, I'll hear, I'm like, why is the toad? Oh, that's me laughing. So that's not the toad noise. So it was like that kind of noise. So I didn't like it, and I still don't. I wish it was a frog. I wish she had been turned into a frog and not a toad, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I don't remember why we chose Toad, but yeah, I remember JT bringing that sound to me, and I assumed they croaked too, and I was like, this isn't a croak, and he's like, no, this is actually what it should be.
Yeah, the sound effect actually is that noise, and then I think it's Nick. Is that what a toad sounds like? So it was great. I kept that in for a little while, and then I had to cut it out, but... Yeah, I think, wasn't there one segment where I didn't have lines after I was a toad, so I just held the sign up the entire time?
And it was a two-sided sign with the angry face.
The angry face. Oh my
I did the Groucho marks, except it was up here on the eyebrows with
It
tape.
was
Anger.
so funny.
Anger
Very
eyebrows.
angry frog.
So good. So good.
Yeah,
And then after we met Margot, we introduced our intern, Ted Smith. Darren, you want to talk about how you found Ted?
Ted was originally supposed to be kind of a Barney Fife-ish kind of a voice, but I never nailed it. It kept creeping into...
Well, you got one more chance, because we haven't performed the finale yet.
It kept creeping into Zeke Delvor a little bit, and I didn't want it to be so...
From the hit comedy podcast Squatch Smashers, everybody should listen to it.
I was just going to say, so who's the...
Yeah, no, plug it. It's so good.
But he'll be back. He'll be in...
A version.
Yeah. But so it's kind of like a weird mix of Fife so I found myself, I didn't have because I would listen to, I have a friend who does Barney Fife impression professional, so I was listening to his impression, and he said what he did was just talk like Barney Fife, insane, but now that's what he does. So I was like, okay, I'll listen to it and try it for a day, and I thought I had the way I wanted to while going, so it just evolved.
Yeah. But he's had a nice evolution from scaredy cat to team manager and cheerleader. Oh, yeah. But he was hiding behind that barrel to drop his plan, not because he was scared.
They don't...
Yeah, this will come out after the finale.
Okay.
Yeah. We just record it before for cast scheduling, because I know everybody's going to be here the day we perform the finale. And then at the end of season 2, one episode before the end, we brought in our final main character, Wyatt Snickerdoodle, and Keith Jackson has joined us on the podcast.
Somehow.
You want to talk about Wyatt, the cool kid who also apparently loves science for some reason?
You pretty much described it all, I think. It was...
I don't think you auditioned for it.
No, it was just sort of sprung on me in the script, and that's the description was just a cool kid or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was try to do something sounded a little bit younger and just kind of above it all.
Well, it was a very one-sided antagonistic relationship with Ted, where Ted was like, "You're threatening me," and Wyatt's like, "No, I'm cool. You're cool." Yeah, that was and I thought Wyatt was a fun audition, but I do want to know. Sorry.
I was going to say that it didn't really feel like much until I think Darren got a hold of it and just dropped that.
Science.
You just overlaid the science personality onto it, which made sense in the story in a way. In a way, it was. No, I liked the conceit of it, the mechanism, just the Greenie coming up with characters for them to play that would make them happy, I guess, or something along the lines of like an over the top. Here's them being fulfilled in this mission, and it just. I love the sort of nod to the fourth wall after that, where it was just, well, I guess I'm just going to keep the science character, even though
Darren, why did you decide to make Wyatt love science?
He needed something.
No, he did, because once the antagonism was gone, what else was he?
Yeah, when I'm writing, I like to have some kind of character, because we don't get to explore in depth. It's like what's something they identify with that you can identify, the audience can, and also you can play off it, and the science guy.
It was that was especially funny too because of the framing of it, where it was just overly just every opportunity to mention the laboratory and getting samples and things like that. Which,
Wonder what your lab looks like.
It's non-existent somewhere.
Well, now you're access to the University of Chicago's labs, so he really went up fast by the end of the series. But then we brought Gordon back in halfway through season 3.
Just in time.
Yeah. How did it feel, or what were your first thoughts when you found out Gordon was re-entering the story?
I was pleased as punch. No, sincerely, because it was a lot of fun doing the segment with everybody, and I really loved the addition of everybody else. So now I get to play with everybody, and it's just so much fun. Like
for 2 or 3 episodes.
Hey, man! Hey, you take what you get, and you revel in it, and I do. And also, I remember when Darren mentioned that kind of at the writers thing, or maybe Jim did, and Darren's like, and then Darren talked to me about it.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think we both independently decided we should have him back. Because I think I brought it up to you, and you're like, yeah, I was already thinking that.
Yeah, because I listened to, on the way to the retreat, I listened to all from the beginning, all of the episodes.
I just remember, like, the last day before we left, you're just like, I'm thinking of bringing Gordon back. And I was just like, that's awesome. And he's like... And you asked me some questions about Gordon, or there was some kind of exercise we did where I had to write something about Gordon, and I was like, I hadn't really thought about what would you make different about Gordon. And I was like, I don't know, because technically, and obviously Ted has changed, but like Ted filled in the scaredy cat, which is technically what Gordon was, right? Mm-hmm. And now it's like, well, and Ted's going to change from that too, but like, what's Gordon going to be? And I just remember I just came up with something like he makes plans and like and really I was just like I don't know, and I was like Fred from Scooby-Doo would just be the trap guy, make plans. Granted, they always failed, but like but I was like no he's like what did I say, investment banker, like he plans strategic like banking things, and you were just like okay. I just remember, but no, I appreciate that, and you did. And so when he came back, I don't think we ever said that in the show, which I'm fine,
but it was in my mind while I was.
Well, right, and you said like, no, he's more serious, he's a lot more confident, and that was part of that thing of that when I described it, and that's what you took, and I loved it. And so, matter of fact, there's a few times you're like, you're playing a little bit too scaredy cat. I need you to pull it back. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Which I love, because that's the challenge with that voice too, is that by default he sounds like he just sounds like he's freaking out all the time. But sometimes he's not, and that's hard to get that across. So it makes it more fun and challenging. So I love it, and I don't care if it's 3, I don't care if it was 1. I'm just happy to be back as Gordon. So,
well, I think you both deserve a lot of credit, because Gordon came in for 3 episodes or 4? I think 3 or 4.
No, it's
but whatever. He came in halfway through the final season, and he feels the same. He also feels different. He also really found his niche within the larger group really quickly. And I think that's, based on the acting and writing, that's really hard to bring a character. We saw him in 7 episodes before, so he wasn't super well established, but to bring him in and check all those boxes and mesh him in with the larger group, I think was an impressive feat. That was well accomplished.
Worthy, so I'll take whatever credit, but I really have to pass it to Darren and you, Jim, because you guys really.
I barely worked on this season. I co-wrote 1 episode with Darren.
I know, but still, like I still pass it to
I think I should clarify something. Yeah. Me mentioning that wasn't like to to diminish the importance of that or the fun of it. It was more like I'm bitter because things are just started getting really funny, and that's just I didn't know it was going to end this soon. It was just.
I also did not know it was ending.
Didn't either.
I don't know why you didn't.
I didn't think it was. I didn't remember talking about it endings.
Actually, I think
I was blanking it out.
I'm pretty sure it was an email that went to the entire troop last spring of here's the status of all the segments. And here's
emails
gonna
you send.
You send a lot of emails, dude.
well.
I
I was like, "Am I in this? Do you want me in this?" I don't even know. He's like, "I was in the email." I was like, I think I looked at someone. I was like, "I didn't read the email."
Well, then if you don't know things, then that's your own fault because I
That's true.
tell you.
It's an easy thing to block out because
Yeah.
I like this segment so much, and it is very sad for me. Like when Porn Star Detectives ended, and I cried because I was saying goodbye to Stacy, and now I'm like, I think I'm even more like I love Jackie even like just as much as Stacy.
yeah.
Well, Porn Stars was 20 and this was 21, so a similar number of episodes.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
We're old enough
That's it?
to drink and vote. Well, for now.
Oh yeah, there'll be a short for Porn Stars and for Mystery Dream Team as part of our 10th anniversary special. And similar to how we did a Porn Stars full length special, I imagine we will probably do a Mystery Dream Team follow up as well because Darren and I have already talked about some ideas for it.
Especially how we
That's
left
as
it off.
imaginary as the lab.
Awesome.
Well, not just how we left it off, but that it shares a dimension with one of the other segments, and something that's going to happen in that other segment really leaves us a very rich story to mine with these characters. Anyway, yeah, no, this segment was fun. Are there any particular episodes that stand out? I know a lot of you were mostly season 3, but a lot of you were season 2 as well. What episodes do you remember that?
I like the French ghost. Was it Nathan Cross?
Yes.
The French ghost.
The episode Frog and Toad.
I learned a lot about history.
That was historically
It
accurate.
was very informative. I liked it. Nathan did
Finally used my history degree.
Yeah, it was great. I liked that episode a lot.
I really loved when we just made you the toad because you talked about it a little bit, but when you would held up the sign, it was so funny. Your timing when you would, and there were times where I don't think it didn't say in the script to do it, but then you would do it anyway. It was so good. It was.
I like the attention to be all on me, even when it's not supposed to be.
We know, man.
You see more of our funny antics on our show.
Yes, please.
Who stands out to you?
It was either the third episode after I joined where it was
Father's Day. Yeah.
That was like,
I loved that episode. And I think it was Wayne
bummer,
J.
Al.
It was Wayne J. played her father. Love Wayne. Yeah, and that's when we knew Karen was leaving the troop, so that was her goodbye episode. And Anna Diffendifer was... Diefendifer?
Diefendifer.
Diefendifer. Okay, thank you.
This is a comedy
That's
bit
fun to say.
waiting to happen.
She played Helen, the stepmom. And yeah, that was a really fun episode.
yeah.
Or not fun. It was really sad.
yeah.
But it was a really...
Good.
I really enjoyed writing that episode, and I really enjoyed what the cast did with it.
I will say it just popped in my head because Seamus was Violet.
Yeah.
And there was one or two times before we all left in the beginning where I had scenes with Violet, and it wasn't where I wasn't as a scaredy cat as normal, but like I was getting frustrated with him, and it was weird because I love Seamus, and it's just, but he literally was like, "Yeah, man, yeah." I'm not doing any justice to his voice with Violet, but like he would do that stoner, like, "Yeah," he would play on. It was so good.
Writing Violet was fun because you'd write his reaction to what was just said, and then you have to move it down 3 lines of dialogue.
Yes. Yeah, and I think the last episode or two when it was just scenes with him, it was just me and him together. And so it was just a super weird conversation, and Gordon just kept getting more frustrated as my memory of it.
Yeah.
But I love that.
Writing Violet was such a fun.
Yeah.
And Sam, the other episode Sam wrote besides the season 2 premiere was Violet's out-of-body experience, where she introduced the whole
one of my
concept to the
favorite
directors and stuff. No, it's a great episode where Violet's hallucinating
He's
characters
so
from all the other
high.
segments.
Oh, that's
He's
right.
so high. Because we were playing around with how do we open up the dimensions and how do because we have our dimension shifter and all that stuff. So but we have ways to get around Georgie's jabs. He knows it, so we have characters that can interdimensionally go across the 13 dimensions, but how do we open this up? What's the hierarchy? What is the 13 dimensions? And now it's universes, and in the cracks you have the directors, and the last writers retreat, Shane and I were geeking out coming up with like you have your Christian angelic hierarchy, we were coming up with the 13 dimensions hierarchy and how they work. Like the narrator is a higher being, and then how do you become a narrator? Well, how do you do this? And so and Violet, you have power. Like the narrators have a level of power, but so
should do one of those.
Violet got so high that he met the architect, our version of
Prime,
the Matrix.
yeah.
The architect is Prime, and yeah, so that was one of my favorites, and I think that really opened up our universes and how they connect together.
So I was saying we should do a narrators one too, like with the directors, like a narrators.
We've talked about, in fact, the original concept for our 100th live show was going to be anchored by the narrators talking amongst each other, but we did not have... Chris Allen had been available and then didn't become available, and Dino couldn't do it, but that was the original pitch. And then instead of commercials, we would have had a narrator running thing. But it was a cast availability thing.
So close and yet so.
We may still do it again at some point. I know Chris is probably willing. When I've talked to him, he seems willing. And Dino, we just got to get around his schedule. He's busy. But
one more awful thing to say before it gets too far away from it. So like so would the highest level be the top notch?
And Sam was sad saying goodbye to Jackie and Stacy. Wait till she has to say goodbye to Kim.
What?
Why are you?
Yeah, I know. That one's really gonna hurt.
Yep, and that's actually next month.
You guys got the email, right?
Here's the thing. Are you joking? It feels like you are, but I don't know anymore.
I think we're about 5 years away, and even then, it won't be a permanent goodbye.
Oh God! I thought we were like just 1 year away from.
No, I think we got 2 more seasons to do, and we're not doing top notch.
I thought it was much sooner than later.
Now Nick is disappointed.
Yeah, Nick's like another 5 years of top notch.
You gotta sing that. You gotta sing. Nick sings the theme song.
No,
well he does.
I talked to Jim. I was like, I'm really sad that Top Notch is ending. I feel like
Yeah.
that can go on forever.
But
So I am genuinely sad.
Well, it'll be a long time, and even when we end it, we're going to continue a version of it.
Yep.
But
Yeah, it just won't be centered around. I don't want to give too much away.
I want to ask you, what is it that makes you want to kill a show? I mean, end a show.
well, if Megan's in it, top of the list.
I freaking knew it. I am so sorry, y'all.
Wait, that was in an email too.
Oh, no, that one
why-
didn't have her on it.
That's why Universe Journey's ending next month. No, I'm kidding.
Went right to spam.
Now I know you're lying.
I'm lying. No, that's a great question, Megan, and it varies based on the segments. Porn stars, it started to feel difficult to write from the political and social environment as things changed. And it was also always a challenge to write. It actually got easy when we added the detectives. Maybe we should have kept them longer. But yeah, it was easier to write with Graves and Sims for them to play off of than it was normally. But I still really enjoy writing those lost episodes for the After Darks when we do them, so we can still have more porn stars. Scary Dead, it was just felt like the end of the story. It was always supposed to be a limited story. With this one, though, about a year and a half ago, we sat down and we looked at our roster of segments and started to think about the future of Radio Hour with 10 years approaching and what works and what doesn't. And granted, this was before Darren wrote his brilliant season 3, which, of course, I know. But we came up with a blueprint and a structure for what the segments we're going to do going forward after the 10th anniversary are. And we have them categorized, like, we're going to do this many serialized, this many semi-serialized, this many non-serialized, and we need to keep every show accessible to new audiences. And at the time, both because I had trouble writing Mystery Dream Team, for whatever reason, I found it a difficult segment to write, and because I think we had our quota of non-serialized, because at that time, Mystery Dream Team was still very much non-serialized. We had a strong roster of what our non-serialized were going to be. I was like, yep, we can get that out of the way, Space Dirt, similar reason. Yes, we've kind of concluded the story arc, but we're getting it off the table to make room. Kravitz, this was where I wanted to end Kravitz. It had been like something I'd been thinking about since about halfway through Kravitz of where does it end and what does that look like. So Kravitz, I think, came to a very natural end. This one felt a little bit more, because season 3 was so good, I started to have regrets, but I also looked at our roster and I feel really good about what we landed on as our roster going forward. So I think there's room to do a special. I think there's room to revisit the characters down the road. With a show like this, never say never, but I think for now, it makes sense to put it away.
So I feel like I should know the answer to this, but just for all the lay people out there, what constitutes how much room there is? I mean, isn't it like cloud storage? Can you just...
We can only, unfortunately, people don't want to sit through a 3-hour radio show, so I can only do 4 episodes a month.
I know, but that doesn't, it's... Am I saying this right? Am I asking the question? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like the capacity.
Wonderful question.
The
I also
capacity
don't have
is,
time to write more episodes. But no, I see what you're saying. No, we would have... To me, we have to bench segments for a year or two because there's no room to bring them back. That feels like the show is overstuffed. For instance, Top Notch was gone for a while, and now it's gone for a while again. Morning Show was gone for like a whole year and in the middle of a season. Not Mr. Dream Team, but Travels with Tim was gone for a long time. And so when I don't want segments to be gone so long, you start to forget about them,
That makes a lot of sense.
That's a good
So with only 4 in there and Universe Journey being a every month segment, that limits the number of slots available. And one of our new segments we're premiering soon is going to be an almost every month segment. So that really limits if we've got an anchor at the start and end of the show, that's only 2 segments in the middle for us to rotate in and out. So, yeah, it gives us logistically. And if Packer and Ratcliffe had stuck around, if Dallas had stayed in the cast, Packer and Ratcliffe was going to move into a permanent, beginning ender with Universe Journey.
It was starting to.
It was, and then cast availability, we kept having to pull it.
Yep.
And so they were going to be our 2 anchors. Universe Journey is going to anchor with a new segment that we haven't premiered, but we're so excited about. I'm confident enough to say we're going to do it 10 out of the 12 months a year and give it an anchor slot. So
I guess I never thought about logistically how that worked and for Universe Journey especially. So is that permanent? Is that just...
Universe Journey is every month because I love it and there's so many characters and I can't not keep writing it. It would kill me to take it off it killed me last fall to take it off the bench, but it is super serialized. And the new segment we're going to premiere that's going to be the other anchor is super unserialized. So I think that gives good bookends and things for the audience to latch onto and come back for. If they know, almost every time they come, they're going to get this new segment that's standalone and they can access it. And if they come all the time, they can follow the Universe Journey arcs. And then the other stories are almost like a second tier. But yeah, that's the way I'm viewing it right now from a logistical standpoint. But I love each segment, so I don't want to say second tier negatively, but in terms of scheduling.
It took 9 years for you to ask that. That's amazing.
No, that's fine. I'm a nerd, and I like to make spreadsheets and charts of where each segment is and when it's going to come back. I've got one right now that, of course, the listening audience can't see, but I'll turn it around for you guys. This is what through December 2026 looks like with each segment.
Come to our show to see our spreadsheets.
So, Gordon would get a kick out of this.
Megan, I'm interested.
But yeah, if you want to know when Tim's coming back or Top Notch, it's all on here.
That is a beautiful spreadsheet.
Thank you.
Luckily,
I love
my
the
eyes are too
yellow.
bad for you from here.
So I like to take at least half a season and run it almost consecutive months, if not consecutive. Other episodes that I liked, I want to say, Ibork when Nathan was the Yeti.
Oh,
I thought that was a fun
Bring
one.
that up. But
He was narrating it.
there was one that I really liked, and I was editing our blooper reel, and this was one of the segments I was editing, and it's the one it was a little bit more of an emotional one with the god Eel, who was played by James Blackman.
Yep.
So he would put you in a a bubble of your own personal worst nightmare, and we got to learn a lot about the characters that way, and
That was the season 2 premiere Sam wrote that we mentioned
Yeah.
earlier when Violet and Gordon left. Yeah.
why am I only talking about ones I wrote? I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm an asshole.
I'm just making a connection. No.
Forget that
Easier
you wrote
for you
it.
to do.
That happens to me sometimes. She's like, well, you wrote that. I was like, I did? I was not what I was trying to do there.
I feel so conceited.
No. It was a
Earlier,
great
that's why I was
episode.
like, I'm not trying to talk about my acting. Darren wrote it. I'm just happy to be I'm really no, I feel you.
That's so
was
funny.
fun.
Oh my gosh.
Easier to remember,
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be in your head more.
But
great episode.
Darren, season 3, you loved season 3, didn't you?
It's so good.
It's so good.
So
The
good.
Dracula ending and what you came up with, your concept of Dracula is really neat.
I really liked it.
I always wanted Dracula to be the big bad they fought at the end, and we talked about that too.
Yeah, because going back to the beginning, it was
Yeah.
the classics.
Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, yeah.
And I love the twists
The
with
chicken
Dracula
head.
too.
Yeah.
With the Lich.
Yes. I told Darren use Dracula. Everything else he came up with on his own.
And the twist. I mean, in a way though too, I like it too because Dracula's Dracula, but the twist is there's a extra twist there to it, right? Yeah. Which is it's almost like Dracula had her own Renfield, sorry, but then she's Renfield for the Lich, and you're just like, that's really smart.
I also really liked that it's a female Dracula, and it just suits the purpose of the Lich to like let everybody believe she's male, because a woman couldn't have that kind of power and stuff.
Yeah, right. It was so funny.
Yeah,
that and the whole thing where he's like, "Whoa, no, not me! It's the Bodak. It's the Bodak. It's Bodak's fault."
I will say
Bodak's been acting sketchy.
The one thing I messed with Darren's finale was I killed off Ted, and then I brought him back as a vampire. So, well,
in the season 10 thing.
Yeah. Any special we do, we have to make that part of it, but. That was the thing I threw into the finale, because I was like, we need something a little bit more dramatic in this fight scene. Let's kill Ted.
Raise the stakes.
Yeah.
But that was part of what I wanted to do, and when I was asked to write, it was, it always felt like there weren't really any major risk. There was no danger, not real danger. Like, it was like, there's a, whatever. And then but there was a story going on, but there was no, like, stakes, so I wanted to add.
The Skinwalkers.
So the Skinwalkers, and then that got...
They were freaky, man.
Heavy, and then...
Yeah, it was very...
Little heavy? We're going to have to put trigger warnings at the beginning of those episodes of, like, self-harm and stuff. You know that, right? Like, I've made notes that those need to go on the podcast, trigger warnings.
Yeah, whatever.
Light and fluffy.
And then... But at the end, it seems more... I think it comes back. It feels like more traditional episodes, like the last episode and this final episode are a little more...
Having another villain that's a guy with a mask, and Bounce Ferratu.
That was so funny, too. Yeah.
Oh, that was so clever. So, yeah. I feel like we're running out of time. We could have talked about this all day. Final thoughts. We'll go around, everybody, about Mr. Dream Team. Sam, Clements, why don't you start?
Well, I mean, it's my start, so it's always going to be bittersweet to see it actually end, but, you know, I'm glad that I was able to be a part of it with everybody and with so many talented actors and actresses and everyone involved. So, you know what? I'm happy to bittersweet about this. I'm happy to be a part of it, as great as I have been, and you know I can't wait to see what's in the future for everyone else too.
And Greenie had a hell of a final season.
He did. He got to do a lot. It was pretty great, and he had some growing moments for himself too. And it's always good to see characters who are so full of themselves truly open up and see the world from other people's eyes, and I think that's what kind of that wake up had to happen for him, and I really enjoyed going through that too. So
nice.
All in all, it was great.
We're gonna skip you two for a moment, Keith.
Oh, all right. Well, it was a pleasant surprise getting to be in it, because I remember thinking it was a lot of fun, and I always wanted to be on that show actually. And so
nice. It was I needed somebody. You didn't have a lot of lines that month, so
worked out. And
but Wyatt was such an asset that was so funny.
Keith did a great job with him.
But pleasantly surprised again for the Darren run of things, those turns with it. And one thing I'm hoping to see is that if there are other segments this would come back for something related to what Darren was just saying, that he just adds in things for Ted as a vampire as an afterthought, like as a parent that they forgot that he was a vampire and that kind of.
He eats garlic bread. Oh crap! What did I just do?
Extra spicy.
But it's so good, so he keeps eating it and his tongue's on fire.
Garlic bread makes you fat and dead.
But the narrator says, and Ted is a vampire for some reason.
Yes. I like
wasn't it the thing where it's like with the bouncy castle, which I really love too, where he's like, he throws it on the bouncy. No, it's a playing ground or whatever that line. The fake ground. I love that. I was just like,
we barely got into the thing that Columbus, Ohio, has all these abandoned amusement parks apparently, which I loved.
What, really?
Yet another abandoned amusement park finale.
The Columbus Pier.
The Columbus Pier.
The pier got me.
Find it on the map, literally.
Yeah.
I can't find it.
Megan.
Have you seriously looked?
I think it was really cool to be able to play one of those characters that was only meant to be in like an episode, and then people liked them so much that I got to, and I did such a great job. And but that was really cool. I think Darren did an amazing job of handling the unaliving portion of this season. It got really heavy, and some of it did make me uncomfortable. And so, thank you, because I love that you pushed me. So, I'm really sad that it's ending though, because the van sounds were fun to play. And
about the fan.
it was about the I got the doors perfectly, the sliding, everything. It was cool. So I'm gonna miss that.
I'm really going to miss a lot of it. I'm going to miss everybody, and no, I'm just happy that I got to come back and pour salt. That was fun.
There's a lot of salt.
There's a lot of salt, but all joking aside, I'm happy that I was at the beginning of it. I got to come back, even if again, and I really loved what Darren did this whole season. It was amazing. So I again just happy to be back, and yeah.
Go ahead. Either one of you. I couldn't decide who to let end it.
Rock, paper, scissors.
The writer or the lead?
1, 2, 3, shoot.
I think it should end with Jack.
Okay.
What is this, a rock?
It's a
This is a rock.
I got these bendy thumbs.
Oh my god.
Anyway, for the audience at home, my thumb's weird. I too will mostly miss the van sounds.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, we continue to do it. Though I think of it. I don't latch on to like I probably would with you this segment, and because there's more. We know there's a couple more, so to me, doesn't feel like I'm not like it. So more, we don't know. We never. It's not definitive. In 30 years, there could be more.
At the 20th anniversary, we bring it back full time. It becomes an anchor segment.
But it was fun to do. I was really glad to write the stuff we do. I like allowing Greenie to grow and kind of keeping. When I was writing, was basically I was trying to think who hasn't tried to. I don't know if there's almost like a pattern of who speaks. Not exactly, but I try to space it out so that everybody, because there's so many characters and only so much space, but I wanted everything.
And I will say too, just to add to that, and I realize that as you're saying this too, which is true though, because I always feel like feels like everyone has a line in the dream team on every page. Maybe one person is maybe one extra line prevalent, but everyone, it's literally as you were saying, and that's why I was like, oh, that's really, yeah, you did, and that's awesome. I never noticed that.
I try to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it scarier when half of you are sidelined for episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you miss that pattern, and you're like, oh, it's just Greenie and Jackie. Oh, it got really scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my. A monster.
Yes.
Nice.
That's been like a joke. Like every now and then Keith is like, a monster? You mean a monster? And I'm like, yes, a monster. So, that's been an ongoing joke, so that's fun. I like those. But this segment was so much fun for me. I got to work really hard on a voice, and I think she turned out great. To the point where I did the voice for my D&D crew, and they were like, "If you don't do a character with that voice, I'm gonna kill you." So they can expect a little know-it-all artificer that sounds like Jackie Watts at some point in the future.
Awesome.
So this segment has gone through a lot of changes. It's gone through a lot of ups and downs, and it's funny because just like Porn Star Detectives, you think it's going to be easy to write, but it turns out to be one of the most difficult ones. There's some really funny episodes, there's some really heavy episodes, there's some really sweet episodes, so it really runs the gamut of your emotions, and it's a true ensemble. I never felt like I was the only one, like no one person carries anything within this 20 people, and like just the fact that how many people are in the show in general, and everyone is just so wonderful. But this is a true ensemble cast. And I got to work with everyone almost like Darren was saying, like almost equally. I got to be with Gordon again, which was really fun because I always loved Gordon. And then like Megan's character was always so snarky. And I was just like, because I'm also very facially driven when I'm performing. So like getting to react to her, even though she can only see my back, the audience gets to see it. So show up in person. And, and also what was super fun is like, I've been like, there's a couple of us here who've been here since the beginning, and when people come in, you don't. So I've acted with just about everybody, but Sam, we had no real interactions on stage before until this last year and a half, when we are now leading 2 segments together. So that was really fun to be able to play, opposite you and just connect. I think we have a good connection on stage, and vocally when you listen. But I don't know. I'm gonna miss the segment, and I hope it comes back for other Halloween specials and stuff like that. So
It will.
yeah. Bye.
Sweet. Yeah, we definitely.
That's where you end it. Bye.
That is where it is.
That's how it ends.
It's all been done. Radio Hour number 581, Story Roundtable number 22, Mystery Dream Team series wrap up. A huge thank you to the cast: Samantha Stark, Megan Overholt, Nick Arganbright, Sam Clements, Samantha Stark, Keith Jackson for talking about it, and especially Darren with all the writing he did and his insights. It's been a pleasure. Please check out our website, iabdpresents.com, and support us at patreon.com/IABD. Have a great week. Welcome.
Big ones. I was like, big ones. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
That'll go after the credits.
Big ones.
Oh no. Got him.
We killed him. He's dead.
I'm dead. Oh God, I'm dead. I'm so sorry.
Back to center.
It's All Been Done presents.
Who's got the time?